lesson is on picture graphs. Picture graphs are a way to organize information using pictures. Let's say, for instance, we wanted to know how many tacks, markers, and staplers were in our classroom. We could go around, count them up, and make that into a graph. As we can see on this graph, there were 1, 2, 3 tacks. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 markers. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 staplers. We can also answer questions about our graph. This question at the top asks, how many markers and staplers are there? Well, to find that out, we need to count up our markers and our staplers. For markers, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to write a 7 over here so I don't forget that's how many I had. And for staplers, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll write my 5 under my 7 because we're going to add these together to see how many there are. Well, I know that 7 plus 5 is 12, so our answer is 12. There are 12 markers and staplers on this graph. Let's ask another question. This question asks, how many more markers are there than tacks? We have to remember that whenever we see how many more, it means to subtract. I always like to say how many more means minus. That always means subtract. Well, to do that, we have to add up our markers first to see how many we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll write my 7 so I don't forget. And tacks were 1, 2, 3. Now we said to find how many more, we were going to subtract. And 7 minus 3 is 4. There are 4 more markers than tacks. Let's look at another question. This question asks, how many less staplers are there than markers? When we hear how many less, we subtract as well. So let's add up our staplers to see how many we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then let's add up our markers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now since there are more, this number goes on top. 7 minus 5 is 2. So there are 2 less staplers than markers. Let's look at a different graph. This graph is about kids' favorite snacks. And if you look at the very bottom, it says that each hand equals 1 vote. So for popcorn, let's count up how many votes there were. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hot dogs had 1, 2, 3 votes, and milkshakes had 1, 2 votes. Let's look at our question. How many children voted on a favorite snack? Well, to answer that, we need to count them all up because everyone voted on a snack. So there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 children voted on a favorite snack. The next question asks, how many more picked popcorn than hot dogs? To remember that how many more means to subtract. So popcorn had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 votes. And hot dogs only had 1, 2, 3 votes. So we're going to subtract these two numbers, and our answer is 2. 2 more kids picked popcorn than hot dogs. Okay. Let's look at a different picture graph. This picture graph is about sports. There's baseball, football, and basketball. And if you look down here at the bottom, 1 little green person equals 1 vote. Now let's look at our first question. It says, how many students liked baseball and football? Well, to find that answer out, we need to add those up. Well, let's see how many liked baseball. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, 7 here, so I don't forget. And football, there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have to add these two numbers together. We know that 7 plus 8 is 15. So 15 students liked baseball and football. Let's look at the next question. The next question asks, how many students had a favorite sport? Well, we need to add up everybody then because everyone picked a sport. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21 students had a favorite sport. Now the last question asked, how many more students liked football than basketball? How many more means subtract, so we know we're going to subtract. Well, let's see how many liked football. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 students liked football, and basketball had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we subtract 6 from 8, and we get 2. 2 more students liked football than basketball. That concludes our lesson today on picture graphs.